Essien, a 2-year-old boy, was opulent, full of life, and a bundle of joy to his parents, who loved and coveted him as a priceless gift from God. A bright, lovely kid, who looked every inch one who would grow majestically to greatness. The dream was to be cut short by death, and today Essien is no more. According to his mother, died because of the nefarious activities of fake or incompetent medical personnel who attended to him when he took ill.
When I got to the hospital that morning, the doctor ran some tests and said he had acute malaria and that his PCV was 18%, so 18% blood. So it just occurred to me when they gave him the 4th IV bag that if these people said in the morning that he had 18% blood, isn't all the liquid going right through his veins diluting his blood? I don't know anything about medicine, but I just felt like common sense. So I asked the doctor, are you not diluting this little child's blood? And then he said to me, oh, you're not a medical personnel. That's not possible. We're not doing that. And then he walks away from the room where my son was. And as he was going, he called a nurse to follow him. As they left, she came back immediately, like 30 seconds, a minute later, and took out the IV fluid. So I asked her, why did you take it out? And she said, oh, the doctor asked me to. And that was the 4th one that had stayed like 10-15 minutes. So they took out the IV fluid. At this time, my son was badly bloated. He was trying to breathe. He had been trying to breathe from the second bag, at the end of the second bag, or when he was getting to the end of the second bag. And I'd been complaining, asking them that, oh, he had a catarrh as well. Do you have a nebulizer? They didn't know what a nebulizer was. So a nurse ended up using her mouth to blow his nose. She blew it from one side and it came out from the other one. She blew the second time and it came out with a bit of blood as well. You know, I took a picture of that because it was a gory sight. So the doctor comes and then I'm like, look what just happened. You people don't have a nebulizer here, or rather they don't know what a nebulizer is. And he says, oh, you know, it's December Harmattan, so maybe the whole Harmattan, the dryness as she blew the nose, so made blood come out. He was just giving me some excuses and just told the nurse you should have just used cotton wool and tried to clean it up. And at about almost 11 p.m., that's 16 hours after being in that hospital and after getting assurance over assurance over assurance that my son would be fine, they decided to refer us. The first one we went to is the Vital Care Hospital. It's in Ojo local government area, somewhere called Ilogbo.
Sean's father, like a real man that he is, draws from his inner strength to contain his own pain from the incident to console his tearful wife.
We went there for help with our son. He was ill, yes. We went there and we expected the doctor to do his best, which is his medical best to, make this boy, come out healthy, which he gave my wife and my dad that assurance. But apparently, he didn't know what he was doing, because from our own little questions we've asked and investigations and reading, we know you're not supposed to give, a 2-year, 5-month-old boy one big bag of IV fluid, which is 500 ml. And then you give like 2,000 of that, and that's extremely, that's for someone that doesn't know what he's doing.
Now the distraught couple want justice as they allege that the doctor and hospital are dubious and culpable.
After a lot of grueling investigation, I found out the doctor's name was Dr. David Sambo. So I go on Facebook, I see him there, I save his pictures, I screen grab everything I can screen grab, and I save. And then I decided to write a petition to the police. I wrote to the Commissioner of Police, I copied to the Governor of Lagos State, the Commissioner of Health Lagos State, the Nigerian Medical Association, Medical and Dental Council of Nigeria, the Honorable Member representing Ojo constituency and some other parastatals, and the police have been investigating.
My son meant so much, not just to us, to my parents, to my mother-in-law, to everybody that, that ever met him during his lifetime. Even in school, this boy was loved by everybody, right from the day he was born, you know, to the last day. In death, we even love him more, and that's the reason why we want justice for him. It's not just what people say, let him go, he's dead, he's not going to come back and things like that. But I know, for one, that there are other families like us. We need to get justice. We need to know that people out there that are supposed to, help people when they're sick, do their job, do their job, and it's not just a money-making venture when you go to the clinic and demand money and do whatever they like, So we just want to get justice, and the justice is doctors were competent if they did everything medically possible to save the boy. But Sean meant a lot to us. We love him when he was alive, and we love him more even now that he's gone.
Attempt to get the hospital side of the story was unsuccessful. An official at the hospital referred Amazons to a police detective who said off camera that the case is under investigation and no one can speak on it. While this goes on, it is pertinent to point out that cases of ill-equipped, poor or insensitive medical staff accounting for loss of precious lives have been on the increase. Iconic broadcaster Sadiq Daba also has a story to tell.
But then maybe it's not so much the government. Maybe the government provides this thing. Maybe somebody somewhere with this our corruption attitude bypass what is supposed to be for patients into their own private thing. This I don't know. So all I do is to implore government, look into these things, correct this situation. I mean, put a monitoring unit on ground. I mean, we are not supposed to be killing people, we are supposed to be healing people.
More stories abound of some hospitals making a demand list, which curiously includes items like petrol and kerosene for pregnant women going for delivery. Nigerians who wonder why items like matches, kerosene and petrol are needed before a woman goes into the delivery room will be glad if appropriate authorities intervene and arrest the ugly trend.